we've got a new Inktober coming in. Day 21 coming up. Day 21 is Rhinoceros. I don't have any rhinoceroses on my phone, so I'm going for an interpretation of rhinoceros. Going for something quite curious. I'll let it unfold before your eyes before I explain it, just for anybody who watches it live. But hello, I'm Misskendaljames, and I'm very happy to be here with you guys. So let's get making, shall we? Let's get making. So I'm going to start with watercolor, and then I'll continue with pencil and pen and other things. So I'm going to start up here. Not a sunshine and not a lion, by the way, in case anyone's thinking it's a sunshine or a lion. Start with the kind of background of this, let's say, fantastic beast. Hello, Miss Lauren Live. Nice to see you live. Live, where you belong with me live. It's actually really been a long time, hasn't it? It's just like a wild afro right now. Oopsie. My paintbrush is too close to the camera, so I feel like I was knocking you guys over then. Here we go. Try and erase a little of that there. Oh, look, perfect erasement. Yeah, so long. I'll do another one before my 9 p.m. so you can have two. I'll take another 25-minute break, and then I'll do another one before I have an online Japanese lesson. Online Japanese group lesson with Japan Language Factory. It's also been a really long time since I've been to that, so quite excited for that. And I'm going to paint my new Kenda Packer cards. I'm very excited. Very, very excited. The next Kenda Packer cards are coming up, and I think you'll like them. I think you'll really like them. I'm going to make some myself, and then I'll do a live stream of making some too. Right, and what are we going to do in here? A little greenish blue colour, a curiously tealy greyish tone here. Keeping all of these 20 to 30 minutes long for my challenge for me. Podcast like pleasure for you, I hope. And yeah, something that feels achievable to catch up on in your day, but also doesn't feel like it's too short or too long. But mostly it's so that I can show you guys how to create art at speed. Not because you shouldn't take time over your art, but because sometimes you just shouldn't. Sometimes you just need to make for the sake of making and not be worried that it's going to use up your whole day. Just get a little bit of creativity out there in your day. Okay, Rhinoceros is for day 21. I thought it was the 26th today. It's not, it's the 25th today. I went and posted something earlier and I wrote 26 on it. No problem. Apart from that's the wrong date. She didn't correct me though, so that's her job. How have you been anyway, Lauren? Tell me. Let me know. I'm gonna try and erase some of that just there. I'm trying to erase some of that just there. Just using kitchen paper while the paint is still wet to erase. And I would have said rub out a long time ago, but apparently you can't say that when you are around Americans, because apparently it just has all kinds of other meanings. So I, even though I'm British, I say erase these days. British people normally say to rub out something, to get rid of it. But yeah, got to be careful, apparently. Gotta be careful. I'm good. I've had a good day. But you know what? I'm back to back crazy busy. It is madness how much I'm fitting in a day. Meanwhile, I've got a partner that gets to spend ages playing video games, sitting around hanging out and having naps for goodness knows how long. It's quite the contrast, our lives, the amount of things I do. And, well, I was going to send you a voice note, Lauren. Well, I did send you a voice note that didn't make it to you, so I'll just tell you it here. But thank you so much for your kindness and patience. Back in August, I promised you I'd make you the art that I owe you, well overdue. And but to be honest, from August, September, and October are my final countdown months of being able to work. So I've had to put all my effort, all my energy into trying to earn some money for my final paychecks. It's going to be a sad old time next month getting my final paycheck ever. It's going to suck, considering not ever, but for the foreseeable. Because I've been earning money for myself since I was 16 years old, and I'm not really into the idea of not earning money. I'm sure you can imagine how that would deduct from your feeling of independence and also your pleasure and joy of getting around and doing the things you'd like to do. It would suck, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Thank you. Just say my language. Australians speak a lot of British English too, right? Part of the Commonwealth. So, I mean, you've also got lots of your own Australian stuff that I find very confusing. I learned that I learned that flip-flops are called thongs where you are, but thongs are definitely underwear where I am. And a singlet. Oh, we don't have anything for that, I don't think, in British English. But that's a vest to you and a tank top to an American. Is that right? Language is a curious thing, isn't it? So as you can see, this is not a rhinoceros, but in fact it's got two horns. But it's akin to something fantastic and large with big old horns or a horn of some kind. So I'm letting that be part of my rhinoceros interpretation. Because what else am I going to do? What else am I going to do? Okay, it's looking quite nice, and this is a really exciting bit. I'm going to add loads of colour for this bit. I don't know if you can work it out so far, but it's not a real animal, or at least it's probably based on a real animal. But it's an Aboriginal mask, so it's got a really cool aesthetic and lots of nice colours, and it's quite fun to do a piece that's got loads of good colours in it, I think. I like a colourful something. I went to everything's from my own camera reel, these pictures. And this is from the museum at Bampaku Park. There's a big old like cultural culture museum or something. Didn't go for too long, but took some nice pictures, saw some nice things. I think that's all going to blur into one, which is not really what I want to happen here. But it doesn't matter too much. Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. So, having a baby soon. I'm not going to make all my chats about that, but I've heard, oh, you have singlet too that's more like underwear. Oh, is it like a negligee? I wouldn't know how I'd spell negligee. Negligee, where does that even come from? French. Yeah, I'm having a baby soon, and I've heard that the best way you can get a baby to come out is by getting a load of oxytocin in your system. Apparently, oxytocin is a happiness chemical, a happiness hormone that is inside of you. And to get it out, all you got to do is get happy. So, I just did something that's going to make me very happy for a good month. Once I can take some time off and find the time for it. I, for the first time in my life, just got Disney Plus. So I've just been adding loads of nice movies to Disney Plus, to get like that nostalgia feeling. So I figured the happiness of doing things like watching a goofy movie will help baby feel like the world is a safe place and they can come out into the world. So, yeah, that's my plan. I haven't had Disney Plus before, but I'm excited. Have you got it? Are you interested in that kind of thing? I mean, there's a load of things on it I don't want to watch, but there's also a lot of nostalgia packed into it. We're at the 10-minute mark. I'm keeping all of these 10 to 20 minutes. Sorry, 20 to 30 minutes, so that we can make them nice and achievable for watching, for copying, for anything. Oh, the paintbrush handle is too long. So if you're watching this in a catch-up way, do let me know in the comments. Have you been doing Inktober? What do you think of it? Have you downloaded my Inktober from last year as a PDF? Have you been fulfilling that? I had it for the Kardashians, but I do the monthly plans, so I don't get it all the time. Ah, yeah, so you just like buy it as you feel like having it, and then binge watch and carry on, yeah? So I'm going in for a month and I'll see what it's like. But I figured if I'm to have no money, then I should use it in smart ways that will bring me the most fulfillment, you know? Okay, just doing lots of tassels here. I'll reveal the picture at the end. Tassels like unusual bits of fabric and stuff. And I'll add some ink and I'll add some pencil crayon and we'll have a full-on mixed media ensemble. Well, I didn't know you were into the Kardashians, Lauren. That is quite something. Tell me more. Tell me more. What makes you like him? I mean, occasionally in the past I've been quite into some reality TV like things. And I like watching rich people because then I can pretend I know what it's like to be well off. So I guess they're like that. But what makes you so intrigued by them? How curious. You know what? I might leave this bit for pencil actually. Might top that up with pencil. Yep. In here. Oh, all blending together a little bit. It's not really what I wanted. And a darker colour back here. Okay. A guilty pleasure. I like them better in their early years, family dynamic, etc. I love reality TV, most types. Oh, me too, but you got to really invest some time into it, haven't you? I think, for reality TV these days. A lot of episodes and stuff. Some shadow detail over here. A little bit over here. You can hear me focusing. I descend to silence. I descend to silence. Okay, we're going to keep to the time, so I've got to stop faffing on that and let that be a little bit. I say, still faffing hard. A little over here. There we go, and I'll reserve the rest maybe for colouring pencils. Tiny bit of detail over here. Blessed thing about watercolour is you can sort of pick it up and move it around as long as you've got the right kind of paper. If you've got a strong cotton paper, the paper might soak up all of your paint right away, which will stop you from being able to lift it. I like being able to lift it and move it around. Uh-oh. Okay, it's got Rhino vibes. So much on right now. The Block, My Kitchen Rules, The Voice, The Amazing Race, Survivor USA. Wowzers. For me, my favourite are British ones like Strictly Come Dancing. Haven't seen that in 5 years. Gutted. Strictly Come Dancing and The Great British Bake Off and Great British Sewing Bee. So I like those like making things reality TV shows. I'm going to do my black outline while that dries. Become quite accustomed to doing that while the paint dries. Black outline is just an old pen. It's a nice etcher pen, but it's a bit old and tatty now. A bit overused. Okay, and a bit up here. Don't have Strictly, but I've seen the Bake Off. Not sure we have the spelling one. The sewing one. Not a spelling bee. Not spelling bee. I'm not into spelling. That is not my strong point. And and dull as anything. The spelling bee. Can you imagine? Hey, let's get some wine and watch the spelling bee. No, never. I was going to make the Inktober colouring book today, but I've done so many other things. I haven't had the chance. I have to be kind to myself and recognise the amount of things I have done, because otherwise I just feel really sad that I didn't, again, still haven't done the thing I wanted to do. That looks smart as anything, I think. Needs colouring pencil detail, needs black outline detail. We're at the 18-minute mark. And so spelling bee. No. Too dull. So let me just show off the ones I've made. No, is there genuinely a spelling bee in Australia that people do? Here's every day so far. I'll show these off to you guys. Hi, Ginny. Well, the other one's having a little dry. Nice to see you. Ta-da. It's a nice set of pictures, isn't it? I'm really happy. As I look at each individual one, I might think, oh, I didn't spend too long on it. It's kind of quickly, roughly made. I look at them all together and I think, look at that. It's also a collection of all the things I've done in the last year and a half. So that's very nice. Or a year for most of them. So lovely. Colouring pencils out now. Hi, Ginny. Nice to see you. Right. We've got some little black marks up here. Don't know if that's going to show up very well. It seems the paint is not quite dry. So it's not, if it's nice and dry, then the pencil crayon picks up really easily, but it's not so dry. This mouse looks cool, huh? Love the power lines, minus the birds. And the drive one. I'm impressed at how many people like the drive one. I was not expecting you to be into them like that. I think Elizabeth said she likes that one too. Ginny, do you have a favourite one so far? Or can you remember? Or you say what was in it and I'll tell you what the name of it was. So using the edge of the brush, sorry, not brush. In fact, I'm using it a bit like a brush, aren't I? Using the edge of the pencil crayon because I like the texture you get from having it on the side. Also like covering the space quickly because I'm not lazy but efficient. You've got to change that language. Change the language you use. Not lazy, efficient. Whereas my partner, there's nothing efficient about him. This is crazy. My partner, like, okay, ladies, I've got ladies in the room right now. If any men are watching, please let me know what you're like because you might just be better men than my man. Right. If we can think of, if we might need to go outside of the house, for example, 10 times in one day to do various tasks, little errands and things, we would probably spend the first part of the day trying to work out what we had to do that day, correct me if I'm wrong, and work out if we could do it all in one trip going out, and then would go out on that one trip and would do all of our errands for the day to stop us having to go outside constantly, because going outside constantly is a waste of time and not very efficient, and also things close and all that other stuff. My partner will literally go outside 8 times to do 10 tasks, whereas I will go out 1 time, maybe 2 times if something heavy is involved, to do 10 tasks. And all he's got to say for himself is, it's my culture, it's my habit, as in like his personally, not him as a Japanese man, but just like him personally. He's such a weirdo. Or tell me, is he not a weirdo? Is he perfectly normal? Anyone who knows anything about my partner will probably not say he's anything like perfectly normal. But nobody needs perfectly normal anyway. Don't tell him that. I've told him I would quite like a perfectly normal life with him. Don't tell him. So you let me know, guys. What do you do? First one with little Button, my stuffed toy, and the Ridge one. This looks cool, doesn't it, guys? Am I just being full of myself? Am I like, oh, look at my cool drawing? But I knew this one would come out looking cool. Look at that. It's really dynamic, I think. So what kind of people are you? Would you go out 1,000 times to get a few things done? Or do you calculate what needs to be done and go do that? Try and make it one trip. Had a girl. Me too. Right, I'm going to do the outline now. I'm going to do a thick-ish black outline for the mask itself. Oh, let me get this purpley colour in up here, actually. Plummy purple colour. Thick outline down over here at the 24-minute mark. This is made of something hard, so using a thick outline like this will convey the hardness. But you know what? I'm gonna do it thin just there to convey a bit of distance. And highlight the horns. I'm thinking of not highlighting the fluff. Maybe I'll do a few strands here and there, but I think it doesn't need to be highlighted because then it makes it look more soft and fluffy. However, I might use a thin pen to accentuate some of the lines between these bits here, but not overthinking it too much. This is the goal. Make art, just to make art. Don't overthink it. I like it. It's a wispy old line, but I like it too. And put my little signature in here. It's KJ24. Right. I'm going to do some tufty little somethings up here. Can you see what I'm doing? Like nothing and something all at once. Occasional tufty lines to highlight different layers in there. And to highlight a bit of shadow, I'm going to add some lines, but not too many. There we go. And the rest, I shall not outline. Just black details in here. I think I'm finished. Ta-da! It'd be done at the 26-minute mark. And I don't know how to spell rhinoceros. I do, but I'm going to write it on the back carefully. What is that day? Day number 21. Rhinoceros. Ginny, we'd put a U, right? We'd go US as British people. Or would we not? Is it just S? What would you say? Ginny, I need you. Well, actually, I should do what it says on the Inktober one. Because it's thing. Here we are. We did it. I'll see you in about half an hour, guys, for the next one. Right, rhinoceros. Okay, good thing. Rhinoceros, it isn't going to be. All right, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you again in 25 minutes or half an hour, okay? Thank you. I hope you like it. Oh, 1 second. Let me show you the picture. You want to know what it came from, right? Ta-da! Cool, huh? Thanks for being here, and see you again soon, everybody. See you shortly. Bye.